Paraguay is often seen as the poor relation within South America, but when you look at places like this, it doesn't feel that poor. And if you've been following me, you'll know that I've been staying in the historical centre for the last few days, and to be honest, it is a bit rough and ready. So I've come down to the modern side to see what it's like and find out all about the place. And it all started from this place here, Shopping del Sol. Shopping del Sol was the first shopping centre, shopping mall in Paraguay. Now, I'm not allowed to film outside because where I was before, I had a policeman, a security guard, come over and say, stop filming, you need a permit to film in there. Which makes no sense at all because it's a shopping centre. It's not state secrets. So I'm just gonna have a walk around because in 1989, after the fall of the dictatorship in Paraguay, there was a group of investors that got together and said, right, we need to make Paraguay more up to date to keep up with our neighbours. So they put money together, they invested into this place here, and it was a massive gamble because they didn't know if Paraguayans would actually want to shop, if they needed it, but it was a success. And at the moment I'm filming illegally. Don't tell no one. But after it was built, it proved to be a massive success. So much so that it started to improve the area around here. Now, going from the historical centre to here, I came down by Uber motorbike, and you can just see the level of pavements getting better, the roads improving, and billboards everywhere, car showrooms, posh shops, all started from here because this zone started becoming more commercial. Financial institutes started to come in, land prices started to go up, private residents started to become around here, and it is becoming such a rich area that there is more and more people from outside Paraguay starting to move into this capital. So this is behind the supermarket. Our security guard's not too bothered about me filming. And you can see, I mean, this would not be what it was like in 1995. And when I got dropped off, I was taken to the Sheraton, and they have their own shopping centre, which, oh my God, is very posh. Well out of my league. There you go, real estate, Sotheby's. So there are a lot of people moving to Paraguay. In the last couple of days, I've met a South Korean who's got citizenship, a German, a South African, and they're all moving here because it's cheap. Accommodation, buying a house is cheap, but more importantly, the tax in this country is different. Paraguay has a territorial tax system, which in my language means you trying to cross this road. You're taxed mainly on the income earned inside Paraguay. So I can imagine there'll be a lot of people from outside the country working from home, from a firm in America or from Argentina, and not really being taxed that much. And I am wandering around very aimlessly. I think I should go back to the main streets. But even in the hostel, there is this sign here telling you how easy it is, how quick it is to get citizenship, even temporary citizenship, to come to Paraguay. Ooh, it's a nice little shop. And there are a lot of firms online that are a little bit dodgy, that might take a little bit longer to do all the work that is needed, but some are so quick. And Paraguay's got a stable economy. It's got steady growth over the last 15-20 years, and its strongest export is in agriculture and hydroelectric power, basically from the big dam that's on the border. So it's not really flashy, it's just quiet stability. And the government is sort of not big time pushing people to move over here, but they are promoting foreign investments, business friendly policies, and it keeps the taxes relatively low, and more importantly, bureaucracy is light compared to other countries around here. Right, this does lead to the main street that I was on before. I've just actually walked past this, I didn't even notice it. It's a construction of, look at that building. It's got pictures, let's see if there's any more. These look really nice. Look at that one. I'm just wondering if I could become a full-time YouTuber in Asuncion and just live in that apartment block when it's finished being built. Maybe not. I don't think I earn enough yet, but it could be a dream. And I can see why people are starting to move here, because I've already had one person commenting on my channel saying he's moving here because it's cheaper than back home. Residency is not a nightmare, or financially, and it just makes sense for some people. It's not being heavily advertised, but people are definitely clocking onto it. Right, this is the main road, but even around here the pavements are really cool. Look at them houses. So I've just been inside Shopping Del Sol. I thought I was going to do some sneaky filming, but unfortunately the guard as I walked in went, "No filming." Oh no, I've been caught already. And the reason I went in was to buy a memory card, because the one I've got I've been in constant use for about 2 years daily, and it's fading a little bit. So the one I just bought is 210,000 guanis, and that's not cheap. So I'm hoping it's going to succeed its predecessor just as good, because I'm using it right now. But this is the heart of the expensive modern industrial, not the right word, but there's the Sheraton. There is a very flash glass based building, and I've been trying to find a park around here, so I can just get a feel for a bit of nature. But I think the nearest one's about a 15-minute walk. So this is all real estate. That's where the shopping centre was that I got dropped off in, just there. So it's all linked. Paseo La Galeria. So I have left the Hilton, the Sheraton, and all them expensive hotels that I can't afford, and come on a bit further down, and one of my subscribers has commented on the channel to say, check out Eliza Lynch, an Irish girl who came to Paraguay. And I was going to mention her in a future video, but I'm actually in the Eliza Lynch district, which I'm going to find this path, which I'm actually on the edge of. So who was she? So she was born in Cork in Ireland, and then she moved to Paris for some reason, and she met Francisco Lopez, and they fell in love. And when he came back to Paraguay and he became president, she followed him, and she became the unofficial first lady because she was his partner, not his wife. Now, she became very influential in politics, fashion. Some people saw her as too powerful, and some blamed her for influencing politics. But she stayed with Lopez during the Paraguayan War, and after the war she was forced to leave Paraguay. But although she was controversial at the time, she has got so much named after her in the country, from garage stations to streets to districts like this one. So history has probably forgiven her. But it is mad when you think about it, when you've got one of the wealthiest, most modern parts of Asuncion named after an Irish woman from the 1800s. And across the road you've got a German bar, Munich beer. Oh, but that's fun on a weekend. So yeah, I'm going to head back up this way, and you might think that it's not really that modern, it doesn't look wealthy, but don't forget, Paraguay is up and becoming. They've got people coming here, they're starting to get construction work on at the moment. You've got your posh stores that are being built just like that one. You've got the expensive hotels. There's the Holiday Inn Express there. So maybe 5, 10, 15 years, this might be a thing of beauty to rival Buenos Aires. And the guy who gave me Eliza Lynch's name is Jason Evans, and he has kindly donated to my Buy Me a Coffee page, along with, and I've got to read these names out, Arash Dumpf, Juan, no surname, and D-Day, again no surname. And they've donated to the Buy Me a Coffee page, which helps me with my travels. And if you wish to donate yourself, then all you got to do is find the link on the descriptions below this video. Now, there will be people in Paraguay or within the city who will say this is not the wealthiest side, but unfortunately Google Maps doesn't have a big arrow pointing this is the rich side, you need to come here. All I've done is found online that where them places over there are, this is the modern side. So I can only go by what I find online. Oh, is that a park down there? Nope. Well, that was a turn up for the books. I am now outside another shopping centre, which is the closest that you'll get to a park around this area, and it's all up there, so many floors. And that is because as I was walking down the street filming my last bit, I had a young lady who shouted at me, hello, hello. She was running after it, and she just went, I follow you on YouTube. Do you want to go for a coffee with me and my partner? So I met Ace from the US and San, his partner, and just been in there for a coffee, talking for the last 2 hours about my travels, about them applying for their residency in Paraguay, and it's been fascinating. Really, really nice to meet them. This was a quick selfie I took when just after the coffee had finished. Really nice couple. It was well worth meeting you. Thoroughly enjoyed my time with you, and good luck with your residency for Paraguay. But now it's coming up to 5:30. I'm late getting back to the hostel to do some cooking. I am a little bit hungry. So this is another part of the rich part, the modern part of Asuncion. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. And I'm just looking for any security guard that's going to tell me off for filming. Like that one there. She's got it back to us. And even just as walk down here, the skyline of this place, it does feel modern. Even over there, you got some construction work going on. I like it. So I've just booked the Uber to go back to the hostel. 61,000 guarani. That's expensive, but I assume it's because of the area, the distance, which is about 5 miles. Wow. I still can't get over how nice this place is. But if you've enjoyed this video, then all you got to do is press that like button. Let me know if you can tell the difference between the first half and the second half with the different memory card, if it's any different. And what am I doing tomorrow? I have no idea. I'll find out when I wake up. Am I staying? Am I going? I might even take a day off. Who knows? But until next time, bye bye for now.